What's going on? So on my Mercury 4-stroke 115, I had a problem. My boat was surging. I thought, oh crap, the lower unit going out. It was like woo, 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 and then it would grab and it would run fine, and then it would come and go. So what it was that white ring right there. It's called a bore sleeve. I called around. Nobody was picking up what I was saying. Nobody was mopping up what I was spilling. So I went on Mercury and found it. The part number is 8M0070256. If you happen to have a Mercury 115 4-stroke. The ring is what it does is it diverts the exhaust through the prop the way it's supposed to be. When that ring pops out, it lets exhaust go around the prop and causes it to cavitate a little bit. Messes up the dynamics of the prop. So it happened to me last weekend, and then I took the prop off, popped it back in, it popped back in, then it happened again. This time when I saw my RPMs fluctuating and I heard it and I felt it, I knew that bore sleeve had came back out again. So I looked it up, ordered one, $3.50. Was like the cheapest I found. It was boats.net, I believe. You can go on Mercury and look up your lower unit diagram. It was 8M0070256 was the part number for that. $3.50. Ordered a couple because according to live chat on Mercury, it is a common problem that it pops out. They're asking me about rough water and everything. I'm like, I fish on the Delta. It could be glass, and then it could be 50-mile-an-hour winds, chop. You know, it's California. But in the meantime, I pulled the prop off. I put it back in. I just put a little clear RTV on it. Not a whole bunch, just on the little tabs, and just enough to hold it in. It's going to dry overnight. We'll see what happens when I take it out tomorrow. Hopefully it holds it in place. And when the new bore sleeve comes, I'll just hold on to it in case something happens to this one, if it holds. I don't want to put like epoxy or anything because it goes to it mounts to the ring that holds everything inside the lower unit. It's like a castellated ring. So I don't want nothing too permanent. And I did take it out with it off completely, and it really messes up the performance of your boat. I mean, as soon as I like trying to take off out of the hole shot, it cavitates like right away. So you got to kind of slowly ease into it and get up to it. And then when you're on plane and you're going about 4,000 RPMs, cruising speed, 40 miles an hour for this boat. It's a Pro Team 190. It is a little bit louder, and it does like when you're going into turns, especially if you're oversteering in a turn, and once you get out of the turn and you gas it cavitates out. It's not good. So I don't know if you have a Mercury 115, but if you do and you see that ring popped out, You could tell in the water because it kind of floats. You'll see it floating in and out. But when the motor's up like that, it's not really sticking out because it just falls back in place. It's only popping in and out, you know, the gap of that, the rest right here. And it should be flush inside there. And it just diverts the exhaust through your prop instead of on the outside, which cavitates it. Oh, one thing they did mention that if my engine backfires, or I said no, my engine never backfire, runs good. I am a little hard on the whole shot sometimes. Sometimes in the California Delta, they got a lot of big yachts and stuff, and on the main channel they got ships going in and out of there, so sometimes you want to get out of the way really quick once you hit the channel. So I do punch it a lot, but I don't think that should be the problem, because I'm not, you know, slamming the throttle all the way forward. I'm taking off pretty aggressive, but nothing says you can't do. I've even, you know, eased into it going on plane and it still popped it loose. Anyways, peace.